Hi everyone, welcome to video 2 in the Let's Go to Nigeria vlog series. So this is me packing my bags, getting my things ready, putting all the finishing touches, making sure my boxes can actually close and that I am within the weight limits for the planes. So did all of this, and I was at this time both really nervous but at the same time very excited for the trip. So I had to leave my current city and travel down to Toronto before you can actually get a departing flight out of Canada. This is me at the airport, asking myself if I'm doing the right thing. No, really, I was just like, I'm actually really pumped for this trip. At the same time, I don't know what to expect in terms of like the landscape and how things have changed, especially that I left as a teenager and I'm coming back just by myself. So I'm at the airport and just waiting for the flight to Toronto. When we got to Toronto, this was me the next morning leaving Toronto, my friend's place, to the airport. As you can see, it was dry in Toronto. Actually, no. It had snowed the night before, so it wasn't too bad for right now as we were heading to the airport. Finally arrived the airport, and then eventually made my way in there. I actually went to the wrong place. I got to the airport early, but I went to the wrong where you stay anyway, waiting to be checked in. Eventually, like a couple minutes as checking in was started, maybe like 30 minutes into checking in, I found it and I was like, oh my gosh. So I ran there, eventually was cleared, and then started making my way to the gate, waiting to board the flight to Cairo, Egypt. It's also going to be my first time in Egypt. This is supposed to be like a 12-hour flight thereabout. So I was making sure I had a book, everything that I needed. This was our first meal. So we got our first meal and it was chicken that I chose. Afterwards, after eating, I brought a book to read because it was going to be a long flight and I just wanted to be able to catch up on some reading. Currently reading the book called The Power of Your Dreams by Stephanie K. I want to know what my dreams are decoding. So after reading for a bit, it sort of got dark. We're like halfway into the journey and it was time for us to nap, and I fell asleep for a couple minutes. So we finally arrived Cairo daytime. It was about 6 a.m. in Cairo. Everyone's leaving the plane. Woohoo! Thank Jesus for a safe journey. This flight was long. I stood up multiple times, just like I don't want to get clots in my leg. But I was finally glad that we're able to step out of the plane to Egypt. Pharaoh let my people go. So we're walking through, and Egypt airport is not too bad from what I could see. I think it's decent, especially like when you're first arriving into the airport. Said this is the place that we're waiting to board to Nigeria. I'm in the toilet giving you guys updates because I'm like you guys, as soon as they came to that place where it says you're boarding to Lagos, Nigeria, they dropped everything that is called organization. Everyone was like on the line, scattered anyhow, rushing, pushing. I was like, what? You guys calm down, I beg. But yeah, everybody was just doing their own thing. Eventually we checked in, and look at me in Egypt, they're ready to land in Lagos, Nigeria. This is under 6 hours trip, by the way. I was like, man, these trips are so long. And yeah, I was very tired at this point, very exhausted. My lip gloss is making me look like I'm alive and well, but I was so tired. I already started my journey from like 2 days ago, so I was very exhausted. So this is us taking off into the air from Cairo. I'm not too sure where we're flying over, but we're flying over stuff. They brought us some They actually didn't bring us food until we were about to land in Lagos, Nigeria. And then I slept off again. I was again very exhausted. Slept off. All the mothers on the plane were like literally kabashing as we were taking off, which I found. Of course, I was praying, but like I just found the animation and everything very amazing. It's just, you just have to love Nigerians or Africans in general everywhere. We're just that people. So rested for a bit, and finally we were descending into Lagos. So this was obviously over Nigeria. You could see Badon. We were flying over. I think the first thing that stood out for me was like how it seemed like the houses were jam-packed into each other, and I was like, oh, okay, this place is crowded. You can almost feel the aerial, like from the aerial view, you can see the crowdiness. We finally landed into this greenery, this lush pastures. Okay, I'm just being dramatic. Finally landed into Lagos, and I was like, everyone clapped on the plane. It was just like, wow, this is beautiful. Home sweet home. And we were at the new terminal. Very nice, very clean. Actually, I didn't know what to expect, so it was actually very clean for me. Then the boxes took my luggage took like 2 hours to come out. You have to pay for your card. Eventually, I saw my friend and we were headed to the place I was to stay. So watch out for part 3, guys. See you guys. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Bye now.